So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today, a manager that I want at Arsenal right now. Today, please go and get this guy. Please, somebody at Arsenal, go and get him. Diego Simeone. Reports coming out of Spain yesterday evening and all over England now basically suggest that he's on the verge of the sack, which, when you analyse that properly, is absolutely unbelievable. How are they going to sack him? You know, I know they're not doing great this season, but they are only 1 point off a fourth spot. I think they're currently sat sixth in La Liga. But how are you going to sack him? I mean, what more could the guy do? He's up against two of the biggest powerhouses in world football. Last season, he finished second with them, 8 points ahead of local rivals Real Madrid. And they only scored 8 goals less than Real Madrid, which to me is kind of hilarious because I put a tweet out there yesterday saying, would you want Simeone at Arsenal? Like, if you don't, why are you making a case for Arteta? You know, if you're comparing Arteta against Simeone and vice versa, it's like it's a non-starter. Simeone all the way. I've seen a lot of people reply to that saying, but he's too defensive. He doesn't fit our style of play. All he does is park the bus. Whilst everyone's entitled to their opinion, what's better? Parking the bus and defending properly or defending like absolute clowns? I know which one I would take. I've seen other people reply to that tweet saying, oh, but it's boring football. If you're winning, it's not boring. It's as simple as that. This is one of the elite coaches in world football. Every single time I've watched an Atletico team under Simeone, I've been impressed. And not just with the defensive work, but with the work rate, the way they counter-attack with speed and pace and fluidity, the way that they their transitions from defence to attack are just rapid like that. Literally milliseconds, bang, they're gone. You know, when we played them in the Europa League in 2017-18 season, I was at both games, home and away. At home, we should have been out of sight in the first 10 minutes. We should have been 2 or 3 goals up in that first half, easily. They had a player sent off. But even when they had a player sent off, I didn't feel that they would get battered. After they got that red card, they actually defended a lot better than they did with 11 men, which is just mad. But then when you think about it, the great teams that we've had under Arsene Wenger, when we used to get a red card, we used to end up being a lot better and a lot more compact and fighting harder for each other. I remember at the Emirates that night, Simeone got sent up to the stands. Even he got sent off. But not once did I think that they would get battered. I didn't expect them to get the draw at the Emirates the way they did. Thank you for that, Koscielny. Good one, mate. Cheers. Should have just kicked it into Rose Ed. And then at the away game in the Wanda Metropolitana Stadium in Madrid. And I must say, that was the most beautiful stadium I've ever been in. It was also the loudest stadium. I've never been in a stadium that loud in my life. That was deafening. So yeah, that was unbelievable. And they beat us 1-0 that night, Diego Costa. And we didn't really turn up, to be fair. But listen, a lot of people get confused with parking the bus and good defending. We can't defend. I've seen a lot of people say, since this story broke yesterday, that, yeah, but he doesn't fit our style of play. Let me tell you something. Our style of play doesn't just come from the Arsene Wenger era. Our style of play was 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's what I grew up on. Boring Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. All the people that were born in a later generation, they've only seen the fluid, free-flowing football. Now we're in the banter era, and let's be real here. We are in a banter era right now. What is our style of play? Do we even have a style of play? Oh, here we go. Sideways, backwards, sideways, have a shot, miss, let them score. Backwards, sideways, pass backwards, sideways, have a shot, let them score. That's all we seem to do. So this idea and this notion of we need to have a manager who fits our style of play, for me, we ain't got a style of play. So how about we get somebody who has got a style of play? Somebody who can come in, make these players work, and if they don't work, he'll kick the hell out of them and get them out of the club. I mean, imagine Simeone coming in with the likes of Mesut Ozil, Granit Xhaka, Hector Bellerin, Kolasinac. I mean, the other day, I don't want to dig him out so much again, but Joe Willock on both of the Norwich goals, just trotting back like, Yeah, this is easy, isn't it? Oh look, everybody else just jogs, so why can't I? Yeah, no, no, that is not acceptable at this football club, right? And it's no coincidence that some of these players do that when they look up at bigger, better players, so-called bigger names that are on the big salaries, and they see them doing it. But I've written some stats down here on my phone. The last 3 seasons before this one, Atletico Madrid have had the best defence in La Liga. The last 3 seasons, they have finished third in 2016-17, second in 2017-18, and second last season as well. Now, when you're up against two of the best and biggest clubs in world football, two of the richest clubs in world football, two of the clubs in that league that get more money than anyone else, to finish second 2 seasons straight is some achievement, right? Let's have that right. They have only won one of their last 5 games, but they are only 1 point off a fourth, and they have only lost 1 game in that 5. They've actually only lost 2 La Liga games all season out of 16 or 15 it is, sorry. But they've drawn 7 of them. They've drawn half of their games, basically. Very similar to us. Now, last season they finished 8 points ahead of Real Madrid and only scored 8 goals less than Real Madrid. Now compare the two teams. Look at Real Madrid's front line. Look at Atletico's front line. And they only scored 8 goals less than Real Madrid. He's 49 years old, so for me I think that's an ideal age. He's not a dinosaur, but he's not too young. Not only that, his achievements as a manager with Atletico, with that team. Copa del Rey winner 2013. La Liga winner, breaking up the dominance of them powerhouses 2014. He also won the Supercopa de España the same season. He won the Europa League in 2012. He won it again in 2018, knocking us out in the semi, having dropped down from the Champions League. He also won the Super Cup in 2012 and in 2018. If you add that up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trophies in 7 seasons. 6, 7 seasons as manager. That is pretty good going, considering you are up against 2 massive football clubs. That's like, I don't know, Leicester City. Let's use Leicester as an example. Leicester City up against Man City and Liverpool, for example. Yet winning 7 trophies in the last 7 seasons. And let's not forget here as well, they probably should have won the Champions League. If it weren't for Sergio Ramos scoring in the last minute in that Madrid derby in the final a few seasons back, they were literally 1 minute away from winning the Champions League. Atletico Madrid, the Champions League. They were that close. Then Gareth Bale scored a great header. Then Ronaldo scored the penalty and started flexing in the corner, and the rest is history. But let's not forget here, right? Like I said, Arsenal can't defend. So I don't understand why anybody doesn't want this guy. This guy is the master of defence. Add into the fact that we've then got a Pepe, we've then got a Lacazette, we've then got an Aubameyang, we've got Martinelli, we've got Mesut Ozil if you want to include him in the list. We have got the defensive side sorted if we bring this manager in, but then we've still got the attacking side of the game with the players that we've got. I've said this many, many times. There's 4 elite managers in world football for me. Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Jose Mourinho, Diego Simeone. 3 of them we have allowed to walk away and not have a chance of being manager of this football club. If the stories are true and he is on the verge of the sack, go and get Diego Simeone. Get him immediately, throw as much money as you want at him and tell him you can have £100 million in January, go and sort the defence out. Go and do it. Why wouldn't we do that? I don't understand this fascination and obsession with playing fast, free-flowing football. It's won us nothing for years. We've not come close to a title since the season Leicester won it, and we threw it away. The season before that, when the season miles before that in 2008 was the last time we challenged for a title. Get this guy in, get him in, get him sorted in that defence out, get him in with the defensive structure. At the end of the day, defences win titles. Clean sheets win titles. George Graham's motto, which is something I grew up on: if you don't concede, you don't lose a football match. It's as simple as that. We're conceding way too many goals. This is a guy that is exactly what is needed at this football club. But that's just my opinion. You can give me yours in the comment section down below. Leave it all down there. We have got a game this evening. I'm super excited for that game. Hopefully, we don't turn into clowns and defend like idiots again. The game is on Amazon Prime. Not quite sure what that's all about, but there we go. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be back later on this evening with the starting 11 reaction an hour before kickoff. I'll also be doing a watch along, so come and check that out with me and Guna Eagle Eye. His link's in the description. So are all my social medias: Facebook, Twitter, and Insta. Fully go and check them out, and go and show some love on them pages as well. Until later on this evening, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.